Hey guys, what's going on? Just laying down here. And when I would say how I don't want to go back and forth in the comment section with people on here, I'm gonna take that back because I feel like I shouldn't have said that. I was really just talking about one person because I feel like they just live to you know just argue with people on this site, man. They just live every day to find something they don't agree with and go back and forth. And I don't see who has time for that kind of shit. But I feel like people on here, most of y'all here, y'all can I don't have a problem with you disagreeing at all. Obviously, that's not the case. You know, I guess I'm a little comfortable giving my opinion. Like y'all know who I am. Y'all know how I am. I don't want to say the wrong shit. But I guess I could sort of say how I feel. I don't know, but like I said, I don't have a problem. I guess with debating a little bit. It was just like this one person on here. I'm just like, man, you. It's like you do this all day. You just and it wasn't the guy who said he was going to unsubscribe. It wasn't him. It's just like I could tell who literally takes their whole day watching videos they claim not to like, and then they just go back and forth with people. And like that's I just don't see the point in that. Like, what's the objective of you doing that? But I did a poll earlier today, and I was laughing at the results. Somebody said, if you pay me, whoever said that was funny. They said I was asking was if you can go back to the antebellum South era, would you be enslaved or would you escape? And a lot of people said escape. And somebody said, well, if you pay me enough. But then when you think about it, though, that's what a job is. A job is basically working, just a job like in the field or a plant, a power plant, if you want to call it that. But they pay you. But then I asked, is okay, if you answered escape, is slavery a choice? And a lot of people, so some people, two people said yes, two people said no, and somebody said it depends. Now, let me just say this. I'm not saying this like Kanye West. I don't know if he was saying it. I think he was saying it to get a rise out of people. But I'm saying this because I understand what he meant now. Because I was watching that interview all day, and I was listening to other people's take on it, and I finally understand it now. Because I don't know about everybody on here. One person said that they're not FBA, and that's fine. I think FBA is a little divisive, to be honest. But at least to my knowledge, I can't speak for everybody, but I don't have the slave mindset. I don't have that mindset of you know what what was considered right, prior, like after or before the 13th Amendment. I don't have that in my mind of, we're 3/5 of a human being, we're not that smart. It's a reason why we were enslaved because the Bible says this. I don't believe in that at all. But I do think, and like I said, you guys on here can disagree. I feel like y'all can disagree without it getting like out of hand. But I agree with him when he said it was a choice because a lot of us don't have that mindset of staying on a plantation. Like what we know now with the horrors of slavery, based on our mindset, we're going to do what we can to either escape or free other people. Because we know the horrors of slavery. We understand that it wasn't good. They raped the women, they killed the children that were born, like the newborn babies. It's stories of masters throwing them in feeding them to the alligators. punching the woman, like the black woman in the stomach, so her baby could die and she could die. Bug breaking. We know all the horrors of what goes on plantations. So with that knowledge, a lot of us would be like, yeah, we're either going to escape, we don't want to go through something like that, or we're going to bust the master upside its head, or free the whole plantation. And if we have the ability to take all of our technology or all our weapons of today with us, well, we may go through like a whole, we may just do like a whole drive-by on every plantation, you know, and in that shit. We don't need no fucking Declaration of Independence. But I feel like it sounds messed up saying this, but I feel like that it went on for that long period of time, that it had to be a choice to remain like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, let me break it down for you in another way you can understand. We know the horrors of the prison system, right? We know people get raped in prison. We know people are psychologically fucked up in jail, prison. Now, if I had the option, I would not, I would either try to flee the country, I would either go into hiding, or I would do that whole, if you remember that game, Scarface is The World Is Yours. It was a quote that Tony said on the game. He said, "You'll never take me alive." It was when he was going through the mansion shootout with the police. He was like, "You'll never take me alive," and that's how I would go out. Like, if you are trying to take me to jail, I'm either gonna fight until I die, or I'm gonna kill everybody to get out of where you're trying to take me. But I feel like it's a choice if I either go voluntarily or I let them take me to jail, prison. I feel like that's a choice. I have the option of fighting for, to avoid capture. And that's when I say, like, it's a choice. If you want to remain, if you want the next generation to live like that, or you want the people that are enslaved at the moment to remain in that position, it's like your choice. You don't have to live like that. Like, I'm gonna say it again. If we were like prison, for example, the prison system, we as a people can end that shit right now if we wanted to. We can stop the prison system. We don't need to make laws. If everybody band together and took over, like, just, we got our guns and we got our weapons, and we mobilized, and because it's more civilians than it is police. I believe it has to be more civilians than police. If we all mobilize together, we could take down the prison system. We can free everybody that's in there, that's innocent. You don't need to wait for a president to pardon this prisoner or that prisoner. You can do it yourself. But that's when I say it's a choice to be incarcerated, because you have that option of breaking out if you really put your mind to it. I know it sounds more easier said than done, but it is possible to break out. That's what I'm saying. It's a choice to remain incarcerated versus it not being a choice. Because you could fight your way out of certain shit. Like, when I had my little situation in the hospital, I had the option of breaking out, going through the front door, running out. But I chose to stay there. I chose to go through it the legal way. I could have just walked out. I could have ran away. So just to, put myself in the equation, it is a choice. But I don't mean it in a disrespectful way when I say slavery was a choice. I'm not saying it to upset people. I'm saying it to say that with everything, with that going on for that long period of time, I feel like someone could have stood up and fought back. And it was instances where people did, but it wasn't enough. We had to wait till Lincoln decided to say, yo, this is enough. This has been going on for damn near 400 years. 1619, 1865. It went on that long period of time. Well, it ain't 400 years, ain't added up, but it went on for that period of time, and no one tried to come together as a whole and do something. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the mindset of people. But I'm not going to ignore the people that did run away, that did fight back. I'm not going to ignore your Bass Reeves that beat up his master, your Sojourner Truth, your Harriet Tubmans, your Frederick Douglasses. You know, these people, Henry Box Brown. You know, it's a lot of people that decided to leave and start a new life up north or in Canada. So it's a lot of instances where people thought like, this is not how I want to live. I don't want my children living like this. So I do understand what he meant, but I don't think Kanye looked at it the way I'm talking about it. I think he just said it to get people riled up and pissed off, and he wanted to sell his records too. But in no way am I saying it in a disrespectful way. And I would love to hear other people's opinions as well. You know,